to see out of John Neese when you were going up against him? And what are you looking forward to seeing from him on your side?
Pitcher with skills, glove side command, sinks the ball extremely well, control the running game, experience. It's a pretty good package. We like the package. We like the National League experience as well. So our ballpark, we've had some history transitioning in some left-handed pitchers with the potential to have 3 of them in the rotation. Yeah, it was a good fit.
Similar question for Vogelsong. Sorry, right back to you've seen him clearly in the National League as well. What do you think he has left at this point? He was talking about making sure this isn't his last stop. He wants to continue on and on.
I love when the players tell a story, and the conversations that we were able to have with Ryan over the winter were very similar to John's. Hungry, got an edge, still has things to do. That in and of itself kind of fits our mold. We need to be creative in our thinking when we add externally, when we bring players in from outside our organization. He's definitely a guy that's had success in the season. He's had postseason success. The experience runs deep. So to get that competitive edge on the mound with that experience could also be a guy that can help some of our younger pitchers still finding their way, learning their way as far as preparation and focus during the game. So we thought he was a good addition.
We talked with Francisco Cervelli. He mentioned just his growth in becoming the way he put it was a calmer catcher. He said, once we win a Gold Glove, he realizes if your motor's running 150%, that's maybe not the best way to do it sometimes. What kind of growth did you see from him last year, a year when he really stayed healthy for the first time the whole season, despite taking a lot of shots?
Growth all over the place. Volume of game growth, volume of inning growth, meaningful game growth, the ability to post up more than frequently, consistently, from start to finish. The ability also to plug into that pitcher, making each pitcher that takes the mound feel like the most important cat in the ballpark at the time. Very good learning aptitude of the league, the hitters. Picked up on our pitchers' strengths and areas of improvement early on. I thought worked well with the staff, worked well with Stewart in sharing information and knowledge. Offensively, good at bats, sees the ball, gets pitches, hitting a number of different places in the lineup. Just a very, very good year for a guy that put in a lot of hard work and took advantage of the first opportunity for a good volume of playing time.
When you look back at last year, how do you quantify what Jung Ho really meant to the success that team had last season? Was he more than what you guys expected or hoped for?
That's a great question. I'm not, with my experience now, I'm not a man of expectations. More often than not, expectations turn into resentments.
Yeah.
So I trusted our people. They said he's going to be a good player. Going to be a good everyday player. Didn't know when. Turned out to be a good everyday player last year. And what I bought into is the man's preparation, his confidence, his desire, his willingness to work, to learn. He's as prepared as any player we have. And this is a guy coming from outside our game. Crushes videotape. Has a much better feel for energy levels than maybe I had anticipated coming in. He was very honest about how he felt when he needed a rest, the workload he was carrying. Played out well for him throughout the year because he actually got stronger, I felt, as the year went on. Owned the batter's box. Once the cleats are in the batter's box, good at bats, defensive flexibility, and a solid defender. Strong, accurate throwing arm. The hands and feet work so extremely well together. So he meant a lot to our club going through the season, and it's great to see him out here moving around the way he is right now.
You had said a couple minutes ago that you guys had talked about John Jaso as a possibility first for 3 or 4 years now. What was it initially when he was back 3 or 4 years ago that gave you guys the thought that, hey, this could be somebody who could play first?
Just in our continual quest to think outside the box, to look for people that you think might go to first base, you usually start with catchers. Sometimes you can go to third baseman. Sometimes it can be outfielders. It was a guy with The bat has always intrigued us. To plug that bat in a lineup, to give that a large volume of at-bats, the on-base percentage, the barrel to ball contact, the gap power, to plug that kind of guy in a lineup to try and help grow other guys in the lineup. So conversation has gone back many years, bring him in, and so this year there was an opportunity to put it in. I think in his case, this is a guy, if he was comfortable, didn't think he could do it, he would have gone and signed with an American League club to be a DH, and done a very good job at it, I'm sure. Wants to play both sides of the ball, wants to be engaged in the game, really believes he can do it. We felt it was a good get for us based on the man and based on our opportunity.
You talked about this at winter meetings about getting some of the hitters off to better starts. Neil mentioned maybe some changes to individual programs. What types of alterations are you guys looking into here?
You guys keep showing up, and you're going to find out. We've had discussion with each and every player on a number of topics. Just what their thoughts were. What are they getting? What do they like? What we're doing? What are they maybe not getting enough of? What would they like more of? That doesn't necessitate always driving the program, but that gives you feedback. It gives them ownership. It gives them accountability and responsibility. We want to come up with a plan that can, I think, push things forward. We have a consistent 6 months of offensive baseball. So we've got things in place that will get done differently. We're looking at attacking games differently, the number of at-bats, the overall number of at-bats. When we bundle at-bats, we talked about it during the season. It's something we're going to dig deeper on during spring training. When we play 9 innings, that very well may happen for some guys earlier than others. It will be individual responsibility aimed towards collective gain. The 8 starters aren't all going to mount up the same day. We might look at stacking the top of the lineup one game. We might look at stacking the middle of the lineup another game so they work together. And I think the biggest thing that we just want to remind them of, be mindful of moving in, is once we start playing games, to let's not fall into that spring training situation or dynamic where you're trying to feel your way through things. Once we get in the game, let's just play the game. Let's play the game the same way we do opening season, because I'm not so sure that, even when I was a player, that I would do that. I'm going to work on this today. I'm working on that. I think what we need to be is much more concise and open-minded on when our work days are, when our game days are.
Did you find last year that giving guys purposeful rest, I mean,